Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Two internees, Stephanie reacts to Bobby and Paulina's medical outcome. Days of Our Lives reveals that Kayla Johnson will be on the quest for Trip Johnson at the sanitarium, where he was supposed to start a shift after the geocaching event. Trip will be a no-show, so Kayla will find that news strange and unsettling. It's not like Trip to skip a shift, so Kayla may have a bad feeling about this. Unfortunately, Trip and Wendy Shin got duped by Officer Goldman, who led them down under the guise of taking them to safety. Wendy and Trip assume Officer Goldman is following Ray Fernandez's orders, but they soon realize they got tricked by an operative at the Salem PD. Days spoilers say Trip and Wendy will be held in prison, so they be stuck together, while Ava Vitali ultimately discovers Trip is missing and accuses Clyde Weston. On another note, Konstantin Meliunis will continue to be a total scoundrel as he preys on Maggie Kiriaki's vulnerability and pulls her near through a special Valentine's evening. Back at the sanitarium on Monday's DOL occasion, Days spoilers say Paulina Price will breathe a shriek of relief after her surgery, especially since she have her favored bones. By her side, formerly again. Abe Carver, Chanel Dupree and Johnny DiMera will gather around after Paulina's presumably successful procedure, but Commodity tells us Paulina might push the newlyweds to go celebrate at home. Other days say Jada Hunter will have some harsh words for Everett Lynch now that she's honored him as her former husband, Bobby Stein. After Everett argues that he has no idea who that is, he swear he's no way seen Jada ahead and surely no way tied the knot with her. Jada will fire back at Bobby for being an infidelity fabricator and will refuse to let him turn Stephanie Johnson into his coming victim. Stephanie wouldn't know what to suppose when her bestie's telling her one thing and her swain's telling her another, but she'll surely admit Jada's phone snap of Bobby looks just like Everett. Days of Our Lives spoilers say Jada will really let Everett have it, so stick with us for updates on her diatribe and any brewing Bobby marvels. Jada explodes, her double date implodes? Days of Our Lives and updates tease Jada Hunter will blast Everett Lynch, who claim he's not Herrick's husband Bobby. The double date she and Ray Fernandez are on with Everett and Stephanie Johnson implodes as Jada explodes. Days of Our Lives Jada Hunter is shocked and infuriated. Jada and Rafe and Everett and Stephanie were having a double date so Jada could meet Stephanie's old new swain. Jada was down from the table when Everett and Stephanie arrived. Jada comes back to the table to see Stephanie's new swain is Herrick's husband Bobby Stein and she explodes, not knowing he was in Salem. Days of Our Lives spoilers Jada explodes, her double date implodes. Jada is in complete shock, but she tears into Bobby right down. They're in the Brady pub and doesn't care who's there and who sees and hears it. Jada feels like she's in the middle of an agony, and one she allowed. She had eventually woken up from after being down from Seattle, in Salem a couple of times. Rafe and Stephanie try to calm her down, but fail to defuse the situation, Jada no way having had check to her marriage in which Bobby cheated on her. DOL badgering the betrayer. Everett denies knowing Jada let alone having ever been married to her, averring that she's got the wrong Joe, and his continued denial only sets her off. She has a print of them still on her phone from when they got engaged, with a huge diamond on her cutlet, but that was before the real Bobby surfaced. She no way had check, his just tiptoeing her in a manner analogous to what happened to Stephanie, and her marriage ending in divorce, and she figured he was cheating. Jada continues to badger her betrayer and everything spills out she held in for times and no way had a chance to defy him with. It continues to be Everett's word against Jada's, although they can't deny the resemblance to the picture of Bobby in her phone. It's absolutely crazy. Days of Our Lives Ray Fernandez takes Jada Hunter and they leave. Rafe eventually takes Jada and they leave, leaving Everett and a confused Stephanie by themselves at the table, but Rafe lets Jada know she has his absolute support. Stephanie has to wonder if Jada's allegations are true, indeed though Everett claims it's a case of incorrect identity, although Bobby's surely his ringer. Everyone is blindsided by this development, although for Everett's part, he either has dissociative identity complaint and Bobby is an alter or he has a preliminarily unknown twin. In Salem, both situations have happened, including among Stephanie's cousins. Abigail DiMera had dissociative identity complaint and Stephan DiMera, Brandon Barish, entered a heart transplant from a binary. Missing persons, angry battle, Salem support system. Days of Our Lives elude the cleaner will protest off the week with some insane drama. Days of Our Lives highlights someone is upset when they see a ant detect a loved one, while an angry character is about to get a major sweepstakes, and a stalemate gets a massive support system. What's on Val for Monday's show? Time to dive right in. Days of Our Lives Kayla Johnson is upset. Days suggest it'll still be Valentine's Day in a little city. While Trip Johnson and Wendy Shin started the day geocaching, they end it by going missing. Added teasers note that Kayla Johnson will get a bit concerned when Trip doesn't show up for his shift at the sanitarium. Days of Our Lives Missing Persons, Angry Battle, Salem Support System DOL spoilers, Jada Hunter is angry across city. Days spoilers for Monday, February 19th indicate that the moment suckers have been staying for has eventually arrived. Jada Hunter will come face to face with Everett Lynch and it looks like the situation will explode. Added teasers suggest that Jada will be relatively angry during their battle, so Everett/Bobby better tread precisely. What will Stephanie Johnson suppose of all this? Also read, Days of Our Lives stars Robert Scott Wilson and Deidre Hall are a dream team. In other news, as it's still Valentine's Day in the little city, Maggie Kyriakis will spend an evening with Constantine Melianis. Will effects turn romantic? Days of Our Lives Paulina Price gets inviting support incipiently. Days spoilers for Monday's occasion reveal that Paulina Price will come out of her cancer surgery to begin her recovery. Of course, when she does, family, musketeers, and loved bones will rally around her to show her support. The bad news is that she had to go through this cancer dread. Still, the tableware lining around it all is that it looks like she'll be okay, and she'll have a strong support system to help her heal. Unions, reunions, and criminal chaos. When it comes to Days of Our Lives, every addict has their own opinion and Soap Hub is no different. For 5 days, we sat and watched the good, the bad, and everything in between. Then, we lead with sanguinity. Unfortunately, we don't always get what we want. So then's a review of the week that was, including relationship reveals, corner moments, romantic hiatuses, and each around chaos. What I am feeling this week: Johnny and Chanel's marriage. For the alternate straight week, Days is the cleaner that brought the love. Of course, the love came the same week as gunfire and a ruinous house fire. So love and the consequences of the medicine ring violence contended for attention. Wednesday, the Valentine's Day occasion featured numerous moments of love, and I really appreciated it. The successful exemplifications came from Johnny and Chanel's marriage, Steve and Kayla ignoring at home, and John and Marlena in the domain. I wrote about it last week, and I have to say, these 3 couples made me super emotional. And the flashbacks for the 2 classic couples handed the perfect touch to spark my love for nostalgia. But I do like to touch on Chanel and Johnny's espousal because it gave us great moments along with moments. Johnny and Chanel are one of the many newer couples that have chemistry and have been rootable since the veritably morning. Overall, the form, with Abe officiating, was sweet, emotional, and lovable. Their promises lived up to the hype. I may or may not have teared up. Specifically, still, I really wish the form didn't take place at Paulina's sanitarium bedside while she awaited to go into surgery. First of all, that room was small. And second, it was just Abe and Paulina. This is Johnny and Chanel's alternate marriage. The characters have both come a long way, so I feel they merited a marriage that was a bigger deal. One fitting their quirky and sweet personalities. Johnny didn't indeed have a single family member to substantiation the fests. Did any of them indeed know about it? I get that the time of the big, broad marriages is over. The last big marriage on this show was at Ben and Sierra's. Johnny and Chanel didn't need a massive I do moment, but I suppose they merited a bigger bone. Then they got one with multiple family members present, including Lonnie, who's supposedly still in captivity.